being dismissive. The question asked is, do you listen to your child and take their feelings into consideration, or are you dismissive? And I don't think it has to be necessarily you being dismissive as a parent. What if your parents were dismissive to you as a child?
Yeah.
So I would want to hear both parties. I want to hear if, because you don't have kids. So
I don't have kids.
Were you dismissed?
I mean, obviously, when you're younger, your parents, or my parents, they took everything I said, obviously, with a grain of salt. They were like, okay, I'll say, like, hey, I think we should do this, this, and this, you know what I'm saying? Oh, wow.
How you get here? I'm going to stay on. I know this is the charger. I don't know, this one's weird, it's new.
There you go. Oh, no, yeah.
I guess, I don't know. Maybe we'll try it this way.
Yeah, that's good. You know what I'm saying? But, as far as being was I dismissed as a child? Yeah, give or take a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't so much like, hey, Mikey, shut up, you know what I'm saying? But it was more of like, I'll have my opinion. They may take it as a grain of salt, and then that'll be it, you know what I'm saying? In my opinion, as a child, you know what I'm saying, was never like, whether I was right or wrong, it was never, how do you say it? It was never taken seriously. There you go.
That's what you're saying. You weren't taken serious.
Yeah. Obviously now, yeah, I'm an adult, but as a kid, no.
I think, I know from my perspective growing up, in my household, we were dismissed. As far as having, both parents in the house, and it was, our parents really didn't know what they were doing. They were, just trying. And I'm not saying my parents, I'm saying all parents.
Yeah.
No parent is really for sure on what to do. They just go with their gut. But a lot of times kids aren't heard, and especially today's age where the kids are like super sensitive, so they're committing suicide, or they're turning to a life of crime, or they're becoming bullies, or whatever the case may be. Back then it was, Mom, can I play outside? Can I go outside and play?
Yeah.
Go play with them dishes before I play with your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have some shit like that. Like, oh, okay, Mom, you, like nowadays, like, you went there, Mom. You made it weird, Mom. But those are the things you said, or if you talk about being depressed, depression is real, and kids do get depressed.
Yes.
The weight of school is stressful for a child, trying to make sure I get this assignment in, I turn it in, and the anxiety from taking tests. And me personally, I have test anxiety. So whenever I hear the word test and I'm about to take a test, I can study all day long, all week long, and at that time, when it's time to take a test, I will draw a blank because I start sweating and
scared,
all this other stuff. So mine, like, it can be really, really stressful. As a parent, I think that I am dismissive in a way. I've gotten better. I think I've gotten better, but I think I'm still dismissive to my children in some aspects, some ways.
Yeah. For me, growing up, I was never, like I said, my parents never dismissed me or anything like that. But again, like I said earlier, they took everything I had to say with a grain of salt. They never really, they paid attention to it, but if they had something in mind, my opinion really did not matter. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're thinking what they did is correct. And
you know what I'm saying?
You're a child, what do you know?
Yeah. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, it is what, as I got older, especially now, I don't have any kids, but seeing kids now, and then people like, seeing kids that were my age at the time, okay, I see, like, why my parents would take everything I say, like, they wouldn't take things what I say too seriously, because a lot of times, I'm going to be honest, a lot of y'all kids don't make no goddamn sense. You know
Yes,
I'm like,
you're absolutely right.
Don't make any sense. So I get when parents be like, oh, or y'all just talk so much that it seems to get overwhelmed. All your parents will get overwhelmed from listening to you. Again, they're just your parents. They have to listen to you, but at the same time, like, they're humans. They're humans, just like you. If somebody sit there keeps talking to you all day, every day, they're saying something stupid. Not saying anything you say is stupid, but they say something that you think is like nonsensical. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta listen to it all day, every day. At some point, you're gonna end up tuning them out. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad to say, but that's what the way I see it. I know I would.
Well, then you
know what I'm saying?
When you tune them out, you're still being dismissive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just
still
I'm not doing it on purpose, but it's kind of hard to be, because I don't know everybody's life, but I know, especially when I was younger, a lot of our parents, or a lot of the conversations I had with my parents were redundant. It was very repetitive. You know what I'm saying? So I can see now as an adult, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, yeah, now I see, like, that's a little annoying. The only way for me to get through this, because I have to get through this because you're my kid, is for me to, like, tune you out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not tune you out, but, like, yeah, I'm listening to you, but, you know, I'm busy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I think it's about allotting enough time. Just like how you have to go there, I'll talk about therapy. Therapy is not just for the grown-ups. It's not just for adults. Kids need therapy as well.
Yeah.
But just like how that therapist has to set aside time for you and have a session for you, the parent has to have time to set aside for the child.
Yes.
There are times where, you know, our kids come in and we try to have a conversation with them, but you know, kids can be dismissive too. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, yeah. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm all right. And I'm like, well, you seem different. You know, you're talking different. Something is different about you, and I want to talk to you. And I don't know if they deem it as, you know, parents just won't understand kind of thing, but they fail to realize that parents were also kids.
You know what
so
I'm saying?
A lot of times we've been through a lot. We've been through pretty much most of what you're going through.
And I know all kids these days want to be like, oh, my problems are mine alone. I'm the only one that had these ever kind of problems. I'm the only one that has ever felt this way. Which, okay, with yourself personally, nobody can tell you how you feel. But people have gone through the same thing you're going through. People, like your parents, I guarantee your parents have had the same situation that you feel like you're going through. They've went through it themselves. You know what I'm saying? 100 times over. So for you as a child to be dismissive of what your parents, like your parents' advice, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Then that's kind of like you're shooting yourself in the foot, because your parents may or may not, I don't know, but they may have good advice for you because they went through the same exact scenario you have.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of times when for whatever reason, kids, whenever you tell them that the stove was hot, they want to touch the shit in the damn way.
Exactly.
So
I know I did.
You can talk to you blue in the face and telling them about situations. I know for a fact that I can sit here and tell my kids, hey, this is hot. So, you know, just, you know, it's hot. So I'm telling you, it's hot, but your ass still gonna touch it because you're hard-headed. You want to find out for yourself. Or you want to find out for yourself. Or you want to see how hot it is.
Yeah. Curiosity, I mean, a lot of people be like, oh, yeah, curiosity kills the cat. But you got to be curious, you know what I'm saying? As a child, you're a curious person.
Right, exactly.
I was curious as a shit. I'm still curious now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
What up, Max?
Is Max bigger than
Max, I was still with him on the Typical New. Was it? The Typical New.
What's up, Max? I don't know
him. He go by Max, but I can't. Max. It's not what we called him though.
Yeah, you see that? You see that, Max? You don't give a fuck.
That's the name that he put at Taekwon. It's Quan. It's Quan. That's what it is. We call him like that ain't it. But you know, sometimes people put the names up here, them goddamn aliases and shit. Yeah. And I'm like, God damn. What's going on, man?
Okay, Max Bigger Belly. I never said with him, I don't think.
We're out here. No, he came in when I was on the Typical New. That was his first show.
Oh, that was the first show?
Yeah. I never said but we're talking about being dismissive to your kids. When the kids come out and they talk to you, they're like, Dad, I have to have a conversation. Or Mom, I need to have a conversation. I want to talk to you. Or I think this or I think that. Or I'm depressed or I'm sad. Do you listen to them? Or you be like, boy, take your ass over there and play with them damn toys or whatever the case may be. Do you listen to them? Because there's a lot of times when I tell you, people are so dismissive and they don't realize they're being dismissive until somebody calls them out on it. I've actually been dismissive to my kids, and man, the folks just getting back to me. Yeah, that's MSC, bro. I'm telling you, they slow as hell.
Was it stuck on the ship or something? Or?
No, he been trying to get back on the ship. We got off and been trying to get back on.
You one of those?
Yeah.
I've been since March. I ain't going.
They've been playing games.
I'll go back in January.
But you have people trying to, like, I've been dismissive. I know that I've been dismissive, but you have people like my wife that would be like, "Oh, Theyre will listen to him." She has a little bit more patience and she has a little bit more understanding. She's a little bit more nurturing than I. Not a little bit more, but she's a lot more nurturing than I am. So she is a little bit more keen to how they feeling, and as I'm also out to sea. Yeah. So I'm disconnected for a lot of it because, I hear about it because I'm on the ship.
I can see it like you get a text. Like for me, I know for a fact there's something going on at home. And if I get a text like, hey, Mikey, this, if I have kids or whatever. But even now, if any negative text, like whether it be directed towards me or just something that happened that's negative, I'm like, all right, you get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm out to sea. I don't really want to deal with this. So I get it. For me, I don't know. I think I am going to be like a little dismissive with my kids. I don't have kids now, but I think I probably will be. Just because I can, knowing from my personal self, right, from the age moment I was born to at least the age 20. You know what I'm saying? Nothing of my life was that serious. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you're going through, it really isn't that serious. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Looking back in my life, nothing I went through was that serious. Obviously, you got to take away like this. Obviously, the serious stuff. Like if you were, you can't say it on Facebook, but if you were, raped, you know what I'm saying? Or stuff like obviously besides the serious stuff. But if you just had a regular childhood, blah, blah, nothing in your life was serious. I don't care what you say. From 1 to 18, nothing in your life is serious.
Well, that's from your point of view, but you also speaking on experiences that never happened to you.
Yeah, okay. So but I'm saying, but most things don't. For the average person, the crazy things that happen to you is that you deem as crazy. It really isn't all that crazy because I guarantee you can look back 5-6 years later and you look back, man, you know what? I don't know why I took that shit so serious because it really wasn't that serious.
At that time, that's the maturity at that point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you proving my point. From 1 to 18, ain't shit really that serious.
But while you're going through it, things are different. Yeah. Let me say this: if you walked in my shoes at the age of 15, you probably would have folded. But but that doesn't discount your struggle as well. Yeah. I probably couldn't take what you went through. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa, the next person. Like, I don't know what...
I mean, again, I ain't throwing shade on anybody, but like, oh, okay, everybody, you know what I'm saying? I get it. Shit, I went through some crazy shit before I was 18. I get it. So have I, you know what I'm saying? You don't say what you went through. I mean, I've been through stuff at 18, but looking back now, like, man, really, that won't really shit. Like, I could do, like, the way I dealt with it, I guess it comes with growth. But the way I dealt with it, I'm like, I really didn't have to deal with it that way. And I guarantee you, Mr. What's his name?
That's Quan.
Quan, I guarantee you look back now, when you was 18, I guarantee you look back, you be like, damn, I could have definitely dealt with that completely different and would have made everything like nothing.
Well, he's already, I've heard him say that he could have dealt with what he was going through better. Yeah. But,
I mean, you're young when you're dealing with it.
Yeah, that's a lot of things.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're being dismissed as a child, that means you could be misguided because now they're like, you're dismissive, so they just want you away. You know what I'm saying? Just move, just be seen but not heard. Yeah. Kind of thing. And you said what? Yeah. No, that's definitely not the way to go. But
I mean, because don't get me wrong. I got kicked out of high school. I was a bad kid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. My parents tried to deal with me as much as possible, but at a certain point, they was like, all right, we can't manage you. My dad tried to beat the shit out of me. That didn't really work out. You know what I'm saying? So they sent me to military school. Whether that worked out for me or not, I don't really remember. I was like 16, 17 when I went to military school. So, but coming from what I remember, a lot of the stuff that I felt was like so serious. A lot of stuff I felt was so serious. Man, it really won't shit. I mean, it was serious at the time. Don't get me wrong,
Right?
Because you're like, damn, this is all you can think about. But really, it really looking now, I'm like, damn, all like 2 or 3 things I could have changed. All that would have been like nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of like, obviously that has comes with like, I know that now because I'm older, but I don't know.
I think a lot of it, if parents are able to just, this one, but it's probably good. But I got people who are, people are dismissive to kids, and like I said, a lot of times people just want to see you; they don't want to hear you.
Yeah.
And that's not how it's always going to be. That's not how it's always going to be. Yeah. Like my grandson, he refused to not be heard. He refused to not be seen. Yeah. So like they're just full of energy. And he does certain things. But when you see a kid do something out of pocket or different than a normal, or respond to things differently, you can't just dismiss them.
Yeah.
You don't know what situations they're coming from, how they're feeling. You don't know how. A lot of kids wear their hearts on their sleeve. Whenever my daughter, hair is done and she goes to school the next day, the question that we always ask is, what did they say about your hair? Because we both know that kids can be cruel. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know, what did they say about your hair? And all they say is nice, and whatever the case may be. Or if, the kids wear new clothes or new sneakers to school, or what they say about your gear. And, it's like, oh, they said whatever, and, you just want to hear it sometimes. So you just want to make sure that they're okay. But like I said, kids can be very dismissive. Hell, I have like one of my kids. Mm-hmm. They can walk in and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" "All right." Like they're just so monotone that we like, "You all right?"
Yeah.
"Everything okay?" "Yeah."
I feel that.
It's like, what's going on?
For me, I see. Some space with some of these. For me, don't get me wrong. In high school, I wasn't so much like bullied all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I got bullied a little bit in high school,
Shit, who didn't?
Who did? Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I got bullied in high school, 9th, 10th, especially 9th and 10th grade. I didn't know who I was at the time. I didn't know who I really wanted to hang out with, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really come to find, I don't want to say find myself, because I really didn't find myself until I was older, but find the kind of people I wanted to hang out with until like junior year. So, do I feel like kids go through shit? Yeah, obviously, they definitely do. But do I feel it as, what's the word? As serious? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Not really. Again, for your undeveloped mind as a kid, yeah, that's everything, because this is all you know. But I be telling people, like, just wait till you get a little bit older, you know what I'm saying? You realize everything that you felt like you went through in high school was nothing. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Yeah. Wanda jumped in. She said, I feel the times have evolved. Parents are now different than my mom was. My mom told us what not to do with no explanation. Okay. So our mom told her what to do with no explanation. Now I see parents telling their kids what not to do with an explanation. For example, my mom was like, "Don't touch that stove," and that's it. Parents now will say, "Don't touch that stove because it's hot and you'll get burnt and you have to go to the hospital and get treated and it's going to hurt really bad." I think parenting has evolved quite a bit. And she said, or at least that's at least what I do with my grandson. He listens.
Yeah.
But again, that's part of, I think in today's generation, starting with our generation, actually, I would say, I think we are all focused on breaking that, what do you call it, a generational curse. You know what I'm saying? So we are all trying to be different than what our parents were.
Yeah.
Our parents, they were born in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? And they grew up in the 70s and in the 80s and in the 90s, and those times were different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's when, stuff started hitting, the drugs started coming out and all this other stuff, and everybody going partying. You had disco music, so what came with that disco music. And then, all other stuff. Now you still got the stuff, but, people are more depressed. And then you have people rappers probably like Uzi and all of them.
The thing I realize now more so than back then, there's more people are able to be heard. You know what I'm saying? As compared to back then. Let's say, like you just said, a whole bunch of rappers. Back then, you may be lucky if you heard like one or two rappers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially somebody that you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like you can go on YouTube, you can type in just rapper, you find like hundreds and hundreds of rappers, you know what I'm saying? And
right.
Each and every one of them have a potential to go big. So, with all of that being said, I think nowadays more people can see that, how do I say this? More people are able to see like more people, other kids are going through the same thing that I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
And not just like, oh, my friend told me that. No, they can physically see it. They can go on YouTube and type in whatever they're feeling, you know what I'm saying? And somebody has a whole video about exactly what they're feeling, and they say the same exact thing that they're feeling, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of kids nowadays feel like, hey, I'm not alone in this, so you need to listen to what I'm saying, because there's not just me, it's hundreds of thousands of me that feels exactly the way I'm feeling. And I feel like you as a parents, yeah, either y'all are failing me or you're not listening to what I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying that is just kind of like, I don't know. The way I see kids nowadays, I'm like, man, a lot of what you're going through is really not shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like saying that, and because I know people is going to be like, oh, you don't know what I'm going through. I mean, just because I have this, and this, blah, 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 doesn't mean I don't have these kind of feelings. But, okay, I get that. But at the same time, it's, I don't know, a lot of stuff that you're going through, it really isn't that, I don't know. Fuck it, it's really not that serious.
Well, you have to understand how they were suppressed as well. So if something that's not that serious, let's say something, I don't know, but something that they did something, or they wanted to say something, or they was going through something, and it wasn't that serious. However, if they said something, they got the ass whooped. Joe Jackson whooped their ass. You know what I'm saying? I whooped their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were suppressed. So, yeah, it might not have been that big, but because they were suppressed, and if they would have said something anyway, they would have got their ass whooped. So, that's a lot of pressure on them. Then they got to hold this shit in, I got to hold this shit in. Shit eats people up. And everybody don't know how to deal with it. Everybody can't deal with it the way Mike deal with it. So, where you might deem something not serious may be the breaking point for them. They might lose their shit. They gonna fold.
Well, I guess. Yeah, that is kind of what is what happening nowadays. But I also think, and they're gonna hate me that I'm saying this, but I definitely feel like, even my generation included, we are fucking sensitive as shit. I don't care what nobody say. I feel like we are sensitive as shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad we're able to speak on things that really shouldn't be happening. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Especially as a kid. But at the same time, certain things is just kind of like, you're speaking on it because you have an audience. That's the only reason you're speaking on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's not really that serious, but we can make it a bigger deal because now we have an audience to do that. You know what I'm saying? So your mom told you to shut up yesterday or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's really not that serious. That was just one small little moment, but I can make it live forever because I can post it online. Right. And now everybody's like, damn, you heard Veronica's mom just told her to shut the fuck up. You know, Veronica's mom was abusive, blah, 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 blah. That could have literally just been that one piece of moment right there that Veronica probably really should have shut the fuck up, but she didn't, and her mom told her to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And then that's labeled as abuse. And then that lives on forever because now you can tell people, it's posted online, you can say whatever.
Everybody can see it.
Everybody can see it. So I take a lot of people like, oh, I was emotionally abused or I was physically, okay. If you're physically abused, okay. But a lot of, I was emotionally abused, my parents listen. I take all that shit when people say that with a grain of salt. I don't believe everybody because a lot of times I see it. I'm like, man, you know your mom told you this, and this. Why are you acting like this? You know what I'm saying? She already been told you this shit. And you acting out, that's on you. If she beat your ass, that's on you because she been said what she told you to. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when it comes to depression and all that stuff, everybody is entitled to be depressed. You want to be depressed, be depressed. You know what I'm saying? But you can't sit there and be like, because your life is so hard, that's why you're depressed. Everybody's life is hard. It's what you do with it. You know what I'm saying? If you decide I'm going to be depressed about it, then that's you. You know what I'm saying?
But to come out of depression, meaning you have to find something to motivate you. And in order to get motivation to come out of the depression, you have to put yourself out there. And if every time you put yourself out there, I'm going to say this. You said that this generation is very sensitive nowadays.
Yes.
I don't think it's just this generation. I think that today's society is sensitive. Everybody is sensitive.
Yes, that's better what I want to say.
From the people who graduated with Moses to the ones that's just born today. Like, everybody is super sensitive. And it's
I think it's more because now everybody is capable of having a voice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is capable of having a voice and an audience. So any kind of problem that they have, they know for a fact they know they can reach 1 billion people if they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like not just, I don't want to say we've gotten more sensitive, but I feel like we're able to, how do I say it? We're able to like tune in with everybody else's sensitivity at the same time as mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm sensitive today. I can post about it tomorrow, and then I can find thousands of people that are sensitive about the same subject that I'm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because at this point, all you're going to do is just gaslight it.
Yeah.
You're going to start a whole fire.
It's easy to gaslight things because I may feel like this today, somebody feels like that tomorrow, somebody feels like that the next day, and that can live on forever. You know what I'm saying?
But that's about being dismissive. If people are dismissive, that's why you have people like, what's his name? NBA Youngboy. Mm-hmm. Him, Travis Scott, Uzi or whatever his name is. I said Uzi. Uzi. Mm-hmm. You have those type of people who are now expressing themselves, and they're deemed to be almost like emo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's their music, but that's their emotions in their music.
Yeah.
Future's putting everybody's putting their emotions in their music.
Which I have nothing against any of that. You tell whatever it is you want to tell to the world, blah blah blah. And you're entitled to how you feel, but
you don't know what they went through. You don't know how they were dismissed as children.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's entitled to how they feel, but I shouldn't have to coddle you just because you feel that kind of way. I'm gonna treat you like I'm gonna treat everybody else. You get what I'm saying? Just because you went through this when you was a child,
right, and somebody else
didn't go through the same thing. I'm still treating you the same I'm going to treat the other person because at the end of the day, we're both humans and I'm going to treat you both equally. It's equal opportunity out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to treat you better. I'm not going to give you the job because you have a sob story or you was abused as a child as opposed to somebody else who had a great childhood. You know what I'm saying? And this is just helping to boost his, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it sounds fucked up, but I mean, just because you went through shit, I don't know. I don't really feel like that gives you an upper hand or it gives you
I agree.
Or less than, you know what I'm saying?
I agree. Because I've definitely been through what I've been through growing up. However, I didn't let that define me. I don't need sympathy points. I don't need I don't need all of this, Daryl, you did this and this happened and blah, 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 blah. I'm okay. I'll tell you what happened, but I don't need you to, Daryl, I didn't know you went through that, and you did this, and this happened, and that happened to you, and you had to do this, and I don't need all of that. I don't need nobody to tell me, hey, Daryl, you did it. I'm like, okay, I know I did it. Have I been in depression? Yes, I have. Have I been for counseling? Have I been to counseling to get through my depression? No, I have not.
Okay.
However, I knew I couldn't stay there, so like I said, you have to find motivation elsewhere. So I ended up, turning to my wife, my kids, family. Do this, I need you to do that, whatever the case may be. So, not saying that anything is wrong with therapy because obviously there isn't. I'm one for therapy.
Yes.
I think everybody should talk to somebody. Want to jump back in. She said, I think today's generation is killing it. Keep getting therapy, breaking generational curses, speaking up and out. It's different from when I was growing up, and it really is. When we were growing up, we was like, I need to talk to somebody.
Yeah, we talk.
Who the hell you need to talk to? About what? You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody was so hung up on their business, the family business, being in the street. So everybody was like, no, I don't want I don't want therapy. Ain't no therapy. You need somebody to talk to. You talk to me. Go talk to God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. And there's nothing wrong with praying. However, you have to get this stuff out. You have to get it off your chest. And this person is willing to listen and respond to you. You know?
Again, that's what I'm saying. I'm okay. I don't use the word okay because has no right to say that. But going to get help for it, going to see somebody, like, okay, that's cool. But if you just sitting in your depression, like not looking to like find help or get out of it, and you just, it's starting to feel like, hey, you thriving off the attention of being depressed. Because I know somebody on Facebook right now, well, I know multiple people on Facebook, like whether it be Facebook friends or whatever, thrive off the fact that everybody knows she's depressed. You know what I'm saying? So obviously she's not really depressed, but she thrives off that shit of people like giving her the attention because she says she's depressed. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm getting like, okay, everybody just saying they depressed these days, and the lessons for me.
She said that's her life. Keep it all internal.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, I mean I do that, but I mean I don't. Shit, hell no, I don't do that shit. If I feel some type of way, I'm telling everybody.
It's not healthy. It's definitely not healthy.
Everybody,
Chanel, like, you gotta blow that shit out.
Blow that shit out.
And I know you willing to cut somebody out, because I done seen you. You're known for it.
Exactly. Come on.
So, but it's just the fact that
I feel like
at this particular moment, me and Chanel have had plenty of conversations on on the ship, having conversations, and we talked about, just our upbringing, and not necessarily with our parents, but just in the environment.
Yeah.
And how people are telling you to be quiet, shut up. I don't want you to speak. I don't want you to say anything. You can't say nothing. You can't afford to speak to me right now. You ought to be lucky. You know what I'm saying? People think you should be lucky that you're in a room with them. Like, that doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't dismiss them.
Well, in regards to like family or like your parents, or do you mean like
just anywhere? I mean, being dismissive is it could start as a child, but that child is being dismissive as a child and then grow up and then continue to be dismissed as an adult.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when are you going to find your voice? When are you going to speak up for yourself?
I can see, okay. Man, I don't know, because I didn't, like I said, I grew up, you don't speak when your daddy speak. You know what I'm saying? You can't say certain words around your daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my dad was dead wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I was pissed off, and he was dead wrong, and it was just a quick word. I was like, whatever. That's all. That was it. I was like, whatever. I got fucked up.
That's considered talking back.
Yeah, right? You know what I'm saying? But they were wrong in what they were talking about, because I was like, hey, you're completely wrong, but I mean, like, I'm giving it to you. I'm letting you win because, hey, you my dad, and I don't feel like getting more trouble. But then as soon as I was like, and I didn't even say it in a sense like, fuck you, whatever. I was like, okay, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like that, I was like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. Man, as soon as he heard the word whatever, no matter what kind of tone I said it, I got fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They won't know like, oh, I'm going to give you a little spanking or go to your room types of no. I got fucked up.
That was you being, I wasn't back in his way, but all you were doing was being dismissive. Yeah. That's all it was. Whatever is just being dismissive.
Yeah, I was like, because what he was saying, I was like, this doesn't make any sense, but it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like that. Right. But all he heard was whatever. Man, when I say I got fucked up, it was crazy. That was like, I was like, whoa, this is a crazy one. But
yeah, whatever's the do not care word. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
I didn't even mean to say it too. And that was the thing that pissed me off. I was mad at myself because I didn't even mean to say it. I meant to say it in my head. But for some reason, I said it out loud. And as soon as I said it, like the moment it slipped out my mouth, I was like, oh, fuck. And then right when I finished that fuck in my head, I got fucked up, yo.
I bet you learned then, didn't you?
Next thing I know, I'm down the steps on my back. I'm like, how the fuck I fell two flights of stairs, you know what I'm saying?
Like, woke up and you was at the bottom, huh? But it's just one of those things.
It's one of those things. It's kind of like, are you dismissed as a child When you're a kid, yes, it's. I don't want to say that it's your fault or anything like that. No, it's not your fault. You shouldn't be dismissed. But as a child, a lot of times you got to think when an adult is talking to a child. You right now go to a kid and have a conversation with a kid. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is a lot of nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So even when you want to, and when you feel like you're speaking coherently in your head. You know what I'm saying? When you, as a kid, you know what I'm saying? And then you go talk to your parents or another adult, it may sound a whole bunch of nonsense. Because I guarantee for a fact, you go to your kids, especially if they're younger, like 5 to 10 to like 11, maybe 13 when they can start really having like decent conversations. You know what I'm saying? You go to a kid between 5 to 10, 11, 12, you know what I'm saying? That conversation could literally be like nothing. It's just a whole bunch of, hey, daddy, I did. You know what I'm saying? And you're not being rude about it, but you're just like, okay, this is a whole bunch of nonsense. But I'm listening to you because my kid. But imagine doing that for 5 to 6 years every day. Like, okay, I got to listen to this kid because he's my kid. And then eventually you're going to grow a little numb to his conversations. And then you don't know when the kid is actually able to start having coherent conversations until... like you sit there and have one, you know what I'm saying? And then at that point, the kid could really be having whatever kind of mindset they got, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what because a lot of times, a lot of their conversations was, I don't want to say incoherent, but it's, they understand in their own head, but they don't know how to project it correctly yet.
I think that there needs to be a...
Keep on.
Is you drinking?
No, I was already, yes. Yes.
But, I think there needs to be... I don't see nothing wrong with being a little dismissive. Because I don't
like the word dismissive though. It's not so much dismissive.
If you do not... This is what I'm saying, like, dismissive is a very broad word.
Yes.
It's very broad. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Because this is what I'm saying. If you dismiss a child and you say, okay, and if you dismiss them all the time, they're never ever going to say anything. However, if you listen to them every single time they come to you, they're going to always have something to say. And we now grow up with all these people here, and look at society now. Everybody wants something to say.
Yeah.
It's like, I want you just to shut the fuck up, because you don't know what you're talking about right now. You're nobody. For example, I posted a reel on my page. It got almost 2 million views. People are commenting. No, listen. People are commenting because it was a reaction video. Okay. I reacted to somebody who was, who did like this weird shape to her body, and they jumped in, saw her, and then saw me talking about her body. So they come in, they either saying, "Oh, why are you talking about her hair?" And I'm like, her hair wasn't even mentioned in the video. I don't give a shit about her damn hair. Or why are you judging her? It's her body. Let's see your body.
Yeah.
Or like coming up to a defense, but not understanding that, hey, I wrote several times in my comments that she does this on purpose. She's nothing. They think they done diagnosed her with scoliosis. They done said she got lordosis, lordosis, and she got an ass band and all this other stuff. I just need you to read the room. Go in here and read. I even posted a video of her saying, "No, I don't have an issue," or not saying, but of her doing it. Like, she stands up straight and then she'll go into it. Like, right in front of your fucking face. But people are still commenting. Yeah. Well, why are you judging her? This is a woman. Leave this woman alone. And
this is in a day and age when
everybody has something to say.
Well, something to say, and everybody can have a voice, regardless if what's the word? Regardless if that voice makes sense or not.
It's not relevant.
They're irrelevant or not. It does not matter. They can say whatever the fuck they want. And that's what... I'm not saying it's an issue because everybody does have the right. I feel like everybody should have the right to say whatever the fuck they want. Free speech.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but let it be within context of what's going on. I don't want to hear about, why are you talking about, he should be the last one talking about somebody with them pigtails, because I had the ponytails in my head. So they were like, he should be the last one to be talking with them pigtails. Like, what are you talking about, dude? This is fucking... This is not for real. everybody wants to save somebody, and I'm like, damn, are you going to be Captain Save a Hoe every time? You cannot save her. She don't want to be saved. Didn't J. Cole say that? Didn't J. Cole say that?
Everybody wants to save somebody.
Didn't J. Cole say that? You can't save her.
Don't get me wrong. I've gone on posts and I'll be like, hey, don't be, or I've gone on posts and be like, hey man, y'all really judging this bitch, or my bad, judging this girl or guy or whatever. Y'all don't really know the situation. But everybody wants to save somebody. I don't know why. It's just, I don't know what it is, but everybody wants to save somebody. And I'm just like, hey, man, shit.
Sometimes you just gotta let somebody
let it be, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's not that serious.
Yeah,
it was all for laughs.
Obviously, this person posted this knowing they about to get, goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
And it's like, what do you must really think I'm a demon to joke somebody's deformity? Like, like I have kids that still have to have kids.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. I don't see me.
I'm gonna joke somebody's deformity. I don't give a fuck.
I would never do that. I don't joke about somebody's deformity, and I won't talk about the dead. That's the two things that I do. But I've seen people do that. I've seen people talk about the dead in a negative way, and I'm just like, I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But they want to don't hit them. Like, no, I'm good. I can't do that. That's not me. Yeah. Morally, I can't say I value how I think.
That is a lie. I would never talk about somebody's deformity, especially if they're with any kind of special needs or anything like that. I would never talk about that. Or if I do, I would never talk about it in a negative light. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because I was this close away from a short bus. So I'm gonna be honest. I ain't even trying to be funny. They was like, you probably gonna be driving on a short bus.
The only way, I would never joke somebody, but I have, like,
I'll say something here and
if
there.
you say something about your deformity and then I laugh at it, that's because you said something funny about it. But I'm not going to sit here and just be this is that. You know what I'm saying?
I may say something here and there, but if you are straight up roasting somebody, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they're in any way, shape, or form, any kind of special needs, you know what I'm saying? Or if they're burn victims or something like that, because a lot of people treat burn victims like they're special needs for some reason. But if you're if you really like roasting somebody, first, if I don't fuck you up, then I'm just going to stop talking to you. You know what I'm saying? We're no longer friends. And secondly, it's just kind of like, and I don't even see it me feeling sorry for them. It's just like, you don't make fun of somebody for shit like that.
Right, because they can't help it.
They had nothing to do with what happened. Or even if they did have something to do with it, you don't have a right to say, or everybody has a right to say whatever they want. But you don't make fun of that with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Chanel said, let people save people if they want.
Nah, fuck all that. No, motherfucker. I'm gonna look right in your face and be like, you a bitch, huh?
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just one of those things where you're just like, stop. You want to just say, stop. Shut up already. You know what I'm saying? But then you have to look at certain things because now we have this cancel culture. Yeah. So now everything is being canceled.
That's what I'm saying.
Speaking on something.
At the end of the day, everybody should have the right to free speech. Don't get me wrong. If you're saying something fucked up, it is what it is. It's fucked up. I'm going to call you out on it, but you still have the right to say what you want to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get upset that you say, well, I may get upset that you're saying it, but I'm not going to stop you from being able to. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, you can. What you saying?
You can't stop a person from saving another. Again, yeah, you're right. You can't. I won't stop. Technically, I can't stop nobody from saving someone else. But you also can't stop anyone from saying what the fuck they want to say. So if a special needs person come on stage and they try to sing and somebody call them retarded, you ain't gonna stop them from saying it because that's their right to say that. I mean, it's fucked up. I'm gonna beat them up for saying it. But they can say it if they want to say it.
They can say it if they want to say it. Right. I mean, it goes both ways. You know, but it's one of those.
Every action has a consequence, so they can say what they want to say. If they get fucked up for saying it, that's their consequence for their actions. But they can, at the end of the day, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Words don't kill people. But I mean, I can fuck you up and kill you. You know what I'm saying? But
shit, I don't know, because when I say what I gotta say, shit, it's murder. It's murder. Because I spit fire.
I do not. When somebody come at me, I'm like, damn, you really just said that. I ain't got shit to say back to you because I don't know how to do that shit.
Not me. I'll spit venom. I will.
Well, no,
actually,
reptile. It depends.
From Mortal Kombat.
It depends. It depends. I remember. You know what? I just remember that one time on the bird, and then who was that motherfucker? I said something about I don't eat pork or something like that, and then one of them motherfuckers on the ship was like, "Oh, but you date a white girl," you know what I'm saying? And I was like, "What's that have to do with eating pork?" And I was like, "Oh, I get it," you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I was like, "Bitch, I could end your whole fucking life right
Everybody's
now."
so unnecessary.
Yeah, I was like, that was the most unnecessary shit I've ever heard. I was like, I'm not hanging out with these motherfuckers. You was up there, but I was like, I'm not hanging out with these motherfuckers no more. This is when we used to play games in the
break room.
In the break room, I don't remember who said it, but I was just like, this motherfucker really just said that. I ain't hanging with y'all no more. That's it. That's dead. You know what I'm saying? After that, I was like, okay, cool. I'm hanging out with other people.
Yeah, that's just...
that was the dud. I've heard shit like that, but I'm like, all right, here you go. Here comes that dumb shit.
That's stupid that somebody can actually just come up and say something, think of something like that. But that's just dumb. Maybe he was dismissed as a child.
I think so. That's what I was saying. He was dismissed as a child.
Maybe he was dismissed as a child.
Because I just looked at him, I was like, you know, that's funny. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody laughed. You laughed, motherfucker.
Did I laugh?
Yes, motherfucker.
Oh, shit, it might have been funny.
I mean, it was funny. It was funny, but it was just like, damn, bro, that was kind of uncalled for. What was the point of saying that? Because I didn't even say nothing about you. Oh, no. We was having a whole conversation about what people eat and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I don't really eat pork or...
And I had stopped eating pork.
Yeah.
Beef. I had just started that year.
Yeah. I think it was either you or something. I forgot who the fuck was saying... We started talking about like what we like we stopped eating stuff like that, and then you was like, oh, you don't eat pork or beef or whatever, and then I was like, oh yeah, I don't really eat pork anymore, blah blah blah, and he was like, but you date a white girl, right? And I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh,
was it Matt?
Nah, who's Matt? Oh yeah, no, it wasn't Matt. It was
because there weren't too many people down there. Oh, yeah.
One that had eczema or whatever the fuck he had on his back.
whatever
he
that
had.
culture.
You know?
That's just an ignorant person. Should have beat him up since you want to fight, Mike.
To be honest, that would have been on par with who I was at the time, but I was just like, nah, I'm gonna let this go because everybody laughing, everybody having a good time. So I'm like, and we was all drinking, so that's why I was like, you know what, I can't say nothing. We all drinking, so you might just let it slip. But if there was any other setting,
probably dismissed as a child.
That's what I think. He was dismissed as a child.
He's very angry,
and he was probably dismissed at home too. His wife don't treat him with respect. That's probably what it was.
That too. He's just been dismissed as an adult.
That's you know what I'm saying.
It's not good to be dismissive. Everybody stop being damn dismissive.
I know you create people like
pick
me.
and choose with it because dismissive. Because sometimes, like I said, I think you just need a healthy balance of both.
What, being dismissed and being heard?
Yes.
Actually, yes. Because some things, a lot of motherfuckers say just don't make any sense. Yeah. I didn't need to hear what the fuck you had to say because that was the dumbest shit I ever heard. So,
excuse me.
You know what I'm saying?
Walk along.
Walk along.
Then you got those people that just doesn't make any sense. You're like, damn, did anybody hug you as a child? No? Okay. Something's wrong. And Chanel know exactly what I'm talking about. It's people, man, we were on the ship and everybody just wanted to have something to say. Everybody, just go away. They were so upset because she was dismissive. Chanel was very dismissive on the ship.
You know, I never saw that side of her because she always listened when I want to talk.
Well, that's because she listens when I want to talk too. However, if she don't want to talk to you, she will not talk to you.
Yeah.
I
only said with her the one time, but from what I remember, she would never dismiss us whenever I wanted to talk.
Some word.
So I was
it's a word.
Yeah, cool.
But it's just one of those things where if you see somebody and it's like, what are you doing? It's just you're just irritating. Like you're irritating. There's no need for you to talk to me today.
I mean, don't get me wrong. What?
Twice might.
What's that mean?
Oh, very. That's what she said?
Twice might.
She said word, very, period, twice might, I think more.
Huh?
You think more what?
Think more what? I mean, don't get me wrong. I be dismissing the motherfuckers for no reason, too. I don't do it on purpose, But I know when I do it after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some people on the ship, they were like, "Hey, Mike, I want to talk to you," blah blah blah, or they'll come up to me and try to have a conversation with me. I'm like, "Man, if you don't shut the fuck up," you know what I'm saying? I'm on the phone, or I'm having another conversation. What are you trying to talk to me for? Mm-hmm. And I'd be hella dismissive to some people, but I only do it when you're doing it at like stupid times. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If I'm having a conversation already, and you sitting there trying to come have a conversation with me about something that has nothing to do with this, boy. I'm like, I'm so good at making you feel like you don't exist. Oh my God, I'm so good at that.
Don't look at them.
I don't. I'd be like, you can come at me and try to be like, Mike, hey, this and this. It could be important too, but if I'm already having a conversation, you do not exist. I'll make sure the other person I'm talking to know not to talk to you.
Oh, I say it while I'm talking. Actually, I would say it while I'm talking to her. Let's say me and Miss Chanel are talking, and you walk up and you just start talking. And she glance at you. I'm gonna tell her, don't look at him, look at me, because I was talking. If he wants to be heard, he will come over here. He will say, "Excuse me," or he'll wait till we're done talking, and then I will go back into saying what I'm saying.
You wouldn't do that to me. I've done this before. You would not do that to me. I've done it before. Don't say that.
But that's
I get it.
That's how I put them. Like they be like, "Oh, damn."
Yeah. Like, don't remind me. I do that to people too. I wouldn't even say nothing. The person that I'm talking to know that if I'm talking,
it depends on the person. For Chanel, she said it depends.
Yeah, personal convos. It really depends on the person for me. Yeah, that's true. Like for me, whenever I'm talking to, especially nowadays, if I'm talking to somebody, they know nobody. If somebody come and try to bump into the conversation, they know not to engage with that person. I don't know why they know that, but they know not to engage with the other person that bumps into the conversation if I'm already talking. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more because of the demeanor I put out especially if we're having a conversation, it's a serious conversation, and then somebody just come in and butt in for no reason. I guess it's a look on my face. I'm assuming. You know what I'm saying? Either I get a little serious in the face or whatever. They were like, okay, let me not. I'm just going to continue talking to Mike. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Y'all kids that didn't get hurt when they was a child. You know?
I think that's what it is. They were probably dismissed as a child, so they want to grow up and be heard. But then again, MSC is a whole other beast.
Not me, motherfucker. I don't want to be heard no more. I don't want nobody to hear me.
Well, then shut the hell up. Shit. But, let me see. Chanel was in here tonight, baby. You hear me I'm from New Orleans, man. That's right, baby. New Orleans.
Yeah, that I mean. You figure deal me, bruh. You figure deal me.
Well, I think that's pretty much it for the day. You know, just listen to your kids.
Listen to your kids.
Ignore them when they need to be ignored. And move on. This is just other stuff we can just talk about.
We break your expectations. What?
Are you? That's a whole nother subject. That's a whole nother subject. We're going to talk about that one.
The power of pussy. Oh my God. When I say.
Yeah.
Look at Cali Q.
What's up, man?
What's his real name?
Q.
Q. What's up, Q? Yeah, it ain't really a podcast, but it's just like we just talking.
Yeah, we're in the beginning stages of it.
Yeah, we ain't like you know what I'm saying? You got
the thing came in today.
What is it?
The interceptor.
Oh shit! Okay,
things came in today, so I got that.
We ain't like you. You know, you got all them followers up in Guam. You know what I'm saying? You living that life up in Guam. We ain't like that out here right yet.
We trying.
We trying to get like you. You know what I'm saying? But nah. What's the power of pussy? I don't think we can talk about everything here now.
Well, I just put this here. Not right now. It's already hour in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like it's pretty much at the end now. So it's just us recapping at this point.
Okay. Listen to your kids. Obviously, again, you gotta take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to them, but then don't listen to them.
Yeah. Because a lot of things that they say may not make any sense. You just gotta, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't dismiss them. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they get to a certain age when you know they're having a coherent thought. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, damn, bro.
Yeah, baby. That accent, baby. He said, I see the progress. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. We're going to do what we can.
We're going to try. Focus D.
Yeah.
Focus D.
I'm going to bring that down a little bit until I get the other one. And then it'll be all good. And then I'll put it right here so we can see in between. But shit. Listen to the kids. Don't be dismissive. If they need to talk to somebody, don't think that they have to come and talk to you. Explain to your kids that they have other people they can talk to. My kids have other people they can go and talk to. We explain that to them. They understand that and they know they can go and talk to that person. However, now my kids are grown as hell.
I'm grown.
My youngest is 18 now, so I'm good. Not saying I don't need to listen anymore, but she's older. But family is still there and everything is all good. Like shit. I guess if anybody need anything, just talk. I think now I'm more receptive to listening now because they're older, and I just want to make sure they don't make any mistakes. The same mistakes that I made.
I think it's because now
at
you
their
feel
age.
like they, and like I said earlier, you feel like they can make coherent thoughts because they're older now.
Well, that's true.
Their thoughts they make sense. You know what I'm saying? Now they're an adult.
I agree.
Again, when you were a kid, look back. Again, I be telling people look back when you was a kid. Do you feel like you was really having like proper thoughts? Like your thoughts made sense. A lot of stuff that you thought about, like why that. If you look back, I really thought like this. I know a lot of people that look at the way you dressed back then. I really thought this was good. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, the way you lived. Man, shut up. No, I know for a fact you ain't gonna be like, oh,
I'm not harmony then.
No.
I am an exception to the rule. Because I am. Everybody would say I am the exception to the rule. I'm the oldest of 6 kids. I had to do what I had to do early. I had to mature earlier. Like I said, I've been through what I've been through. Mm-hmm. Then I don't have to tell everybody what I've been through. I just been through some shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I have matured at an early age. So when I began to speak, everyone needed to listen. And because my parents were the parents and they were dismissive, it was, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. But even at the age of 23, when I got older, all my friends at that time, all my friends were older than me. You're like one of the friends that I have that were like pretty much. I just now started getting friends that are younger than me. Oh. You know what I'm saying? But all my friends were older than me.
Same for me. Almost all my friends are older than me. Now I'm the oldest friend. But back in the day, all my friends were older than me. I mean, I'm still friends with all the friends that are older than me, but they all got like they old. You know what I'm saying? Right. They got kids. I ain't really hanging out with them like I used to.
Well, first of all, they ain't old.
Well, they ain't old. They older than me. Yeah, damn. You know what I'm saying?
But it's one of those things where you just have to be receptive to the kids, know when to jump in and know when to jump the hell out. Yeah. Tell your kids to shut up sometimes. And it's okay because sometimes they're going to grow up and they're going to be, we don't want no Karens. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying?
Let them live their life.
No, fuck that.
Let me rephrase.
Beat them.
I'm
just joking.
No, I'm not.
I'm not joking, but I'm saying that sometimes you gotta.
I'm gonna fuck them up.
Sometimes you gotta give your kids. Everybody think you have to be so tender with the kids. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. These kids, these are the same kids that come out here and don't know how to cope with how everything is going.
No, you gotta beat them when they doing right. So when they do wrong, they be like, "Damn, I'm really gonna get fucked."
Your ass going to jail. They got CPS on your ass. You already got a file made and you ain't got no kids. But this concludes tonight's show about being dismissive. Chanel, thanks for jumping in. LaWanda, thanks for jumping in. Q, good talking to you. Quan, good talking to you as well. And thank you everybody else for jumping in and just watching. Come back next week, Wednesday. What's Wednesday's date?
Oh no, wait, is that Christmas? I don't know when Christmas is. Next Wednesday. That was the 22nd. Yeah.
22nd. Come back on Wednesday, and we're going to have another discussion. We are going to talk. We're going to have a conversation. I'm actually going to post the next topic for Wednesday in the group chat and we're gonna talk about it all week long, and then we're gonna finish it up on Saturday, on Wednesday
Yes,
at
sir.
7-ish.
Day before Christmas, right? Oh,
That is 3 days before Christmas. You just said the 22nd, sucker. You on drugs?
Yeah, yes, I am on drugs.
You gotta stop that shit. You gotta stop. It's killing your brain cells, son.
Don't
It's killing
forget
your brain
to
cells.
follow, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Kited for Life on YouTube.
Oh yeah, definitely. Tell them how to spell it.
KITED, the number 4 Life on YouTube. I think. Shit. Is that even my shit
You
now?
said KITED.
Yeah,
That's correct.
that's correct.
Kited for life.
Yeah, Kited for Life on YouTube.
And follow me on YouTube at 1201 Eats for food recipes. And also my name, Daryl Thornton, is my other page where I'm just, doing hair and being me. I've also have a link tree which I'm going to attach to the thread after this, and I'll pin it to the top so that you're able to go into everything that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Alright, so make sure y'all visit these YouTube pages, like them both, or all three of them. Subscribe to them. Turn your alerts on and everything.
Yes, please.
Comment, share the pages, share this page.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Share this live, share Focused with everybody. Alright, y'all, we out. Until next Wednesday, stay with it.
Stay with it.
Look,
Fuck you guys.
it's awkward now.
It is. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Shit.
What? Oh,
Okay, we still live, goddamn.